I'm thinking I could do a game show or host a regular show on what's broken on my Mahindra now. This is what started happening, is hydraulic leak, and I tightened them all up and it still leaks. So today we're gonna take the whole thing apart. We'll try put some new Teflon tape on and see if that fixes it. It takes about a minute for the lights to go out to preheat it. This is indirect injection, so you have to preheat it. The John Deere is direct injection, so you just hit the switch and it starts. So focus your eyes there. So part of me feels like I should just take the loader off to get better access to this, but I'm not going to know if I've done a good job until I put it all back on, so I might as well just leave it on and work in behind, and that way I can put the hoses back on and I'll know immediately if I've still got a problem. But we're going to take these hoses off. I think the one that's the culprit is either the first or second one, which maybe is a curl dump, I'm not sure. But I think those are the ones that are leaking, so I'll take those off. I've got some new male ends for that if I have to put on, and we'll put some Teflon tape on and see if that resolves the issue. Nobody really likes to get into hydraulic fluid, so it's this was made by KMW here in the United States, so it's standard SAE, and the rest of the tractor is metric. So looks like 15/16 on the coupler and 11/16 on the nut, and probably getting this off is not going to be super fun. So the trick here is going to be to try to loosen this up without the wrench slipping off and my hands getting smashed. Coupler in here. Good look at it now. You can see the seal's broken, and I don't know how to get that O-ring out and fix it. So hopefully I have another coupler over here in my pile. So all I had was a 1/4-inch coupler, but this one's actually 3/8, and the way that you figure out what size your coupler is you measure across the diameter of it. So you can see right here, when I hold that there, you can see that's 1 3/8. So 3/8 is the size of this coupler. You always add an inch. So 1 1/2 is what's on the backhoe. 1 1/4 is what's on the Max, and this one's 3/8. So we get the good ones this time. We got the Pioneer. So instead of getting the Pioneer style, we got Pioneer. And supplies website to my closest Tractor Supply, and they don't have any. So I called Napa. They did have this one. So luckily we're using Pioneer and not some third-rate variety. So these are here what they call poppet style, and you look at this, you can see there's like a little nipple on the male. The female would also have the mating nipple there. You can see that. That's called a poppet style. The other style is ball, and instead of this being like a little flat nipple there, it would be, looks like a ball bearing inside, and then this mating side would also have a ball bearing, but I don't see those too much. It's usually poppet style that you see on the farm machinery. So this Mahindra takes the 3/8, the backhoe is 1/2, and the Max is 1/4. Alright, so grab my wrenches, and alright, so this is a 3/8, right? And whatever that is not 3/8, but I found this little swivel thing sitting in my box. So this mates to there perfectly well. And this hook's on here. So it looks like we're getting a swivel on there that I didn't plan on putting on, but fortunately my box had some parts, and so we can go ahead and put this on and hopefully get everything going again. But I don't have any. And I always go the wrong way with this, no matter which way I'm thinking. I still put it on the wrong way. So it took a little bit of hunting. But if you look in here, look in this coupler, you see the black right there? It looks like the O-ring's shot. Alright, so I don't claim to be a hydraulic specialist, so we're kind of doing this together as we go. So these are what you call a boss fitting. You can see the little indentation, and that's for the gasket that's on the male end, which I didn't know until just now. So I can't find ½ inch anywhere, and just the regular pipe fittings don't work because, again, that's a boss fitting. And obviously there's another type called jig, which is a whole different animal. Nothing on here is jig, but these are, like I said, these are Pioneer couplers, but I didn't know that there were all kinds of different ways that this could connect to your hydraulics. So hopefully I'm going to get this on. I'll put some tape on there, hook this up, and then, you know, fingers crossed that this is going to work. So stick around for another couple minutes. I was hoping to get this all back together before it rained, but I didn't. I hate leaving my stuff outside. So I'll leave it to Mahindra to use something that nobody else uses. So boss fittings is what these are called. You can use whatever you want to use for hydraulic oil, I guess, but I'm just putting stuff from the dealership on it. Some people say it's super expensive. I guess it depends on your dealer. So anyway, I brought this fitting back to the dealer, and he put some new O-rings in it for me. Like I said, I've shopped around and I just couldn't find what I wanted. So your oil fill right here and dipstick is there. What you have when you have a backhoe on these is that you lose the ability for the seat to tilt. So let's fire this up and try the valve, and hopefully there's not a geyser coming out of it. So it looks like I didn't beat the rain, but I got it fixed. The hydraulic O-ring seems to have solved the problem. We'll run it for a little while and then we'll get back to you. So just an O-ring. And again, you know, I guess it could be anything with any tractor. My John Deere I bought 20 years ago, I had to replace every coupler on the machine because every coupler leaked within 40 hours of buying it. So I don't really blame Mahindra too much. I think they all use the cheapest, lowest bidder on fittings and stuff. But anyway, it seems to be fixed. Appreciate you watching. If you haven't already, take a moment and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below on how you fix your hydraulics and where you get your hydraulic things from. And I'll talk to you next time.